Alright. Let's get these on here. And I am here. Hold up, that don't look right. Nope. Professional streamer, guys. I am a professional streamer. I do the streams good. Yes. Okay. Get my phone now. Alright. Whew. Alright. Okay. So then,
take your pick.
Defense. Something that everyone should learn, or at the very least take their time to understand why it's important. Other than it makes the people that hurt me as hard. I don't like it when they hit me. They don't hit me. They hit me. It don't feel right. It don't feel too good. Okay, so defense. It's as simple as it sounds. Just blocking. You just blocking what the people do to you. You're just sitting there, soaking it up. All right. Blocking. A proper defense is essential to getting really good at a fighting game. You need to understand what makes your character strong, both offensively and defensively. So, but people mostly think a fighting game is all about being offensive, right? Well, no, it's not. I would think that's a very poor thought process. But some characters do say, but I should be able to, I should be able to get in there and punch them in the face and then do the comedy boom again. That's understandable. That's perfectly fine. But knowing when to, essentially defend yourself entirely. Let's see. Let's say, okay. Because some characters really, hello there, Wishy. I'm in the training VC of Fighting Fanatics if you have any questions, but for now I'm getting to talking about just the basics of defense. So when it comes to being defensive, it just means learning how to block at first. Hello there.
All right, I'm just gonna watch. It just got in. Sorry.
All right. So when you learn how to block, it's difficult. It's easy at first because at lower levels, blocking is very simple. You just block the certain attacks that somebody does. Just that one little block string or just that string of buttons then turns into something completely random. And blocking at lower levels is you both can take your hits because neither of you, I would assume, are going to hit as hard as the big boys. Because when you hit as hard as big boys and hit for nearly half life or more, then blocking is a requirement when it comes to playing at higher levels. At lower levels, learning to block just means you're not taking damage. But learning to block efficiently at higher levels means you minimize the chance of damage and ultimately secure your chances of winning. Now, what does defending yourself usually entail? Well, as I stated earlier, it just means learning to block, whether that be blocking lows, overheads, or even teching grabs. And that's the problem, and for some people within this community, especially in TFH, a lot of people will get hit by an overhead, whether it be fast or slow. And even at lower levels, you don't know what an overhead is. So let's start with talking about just blocking low, all right? Let's see, let me go to my dummy action, crouch. All right. Okay. So blocking low means, hey, I'm crouching, and I'm just gonna sit here and just soak this in. All of this right here, all of it's low. So then I should be fine, right? Overheads are thrown into the mix. Now, when it comes to overheads, that's the problem that most people face. Because I could tell you, hey, This character, you should mostly block low against. And that means, okay, I'm just going to sit here and crouch block the entire time so that they can't necessarily hit me with anything or start a combo off of anything. But therein lies the problem. When you're so accustomed to blocking low, someone can throw an overhead your way and throw all of that out of whack. Especially with characters like Arizona, Velvet, Tianhuo, let's see here, Pap, and Oleander. You're not, if you get hit by Palms JC, okay. I shouldn't, like, vilify anybody for getting hit with JC, but it's so slow now that you can viably react to it. Whereas way back when it was incredibly fast, there was a problem with reacting to it at times. But just blocking low means any attack that counts as low, you'll block it, and you'll take minimal damage from it. Or, in Special's case, chips. But blocking high requires that you keep an eye on that one overhead or that one thing that just says, hey, I know you're blocking low, but I'm going to hit you anyways. Especially when it entails to talking about air attacks, which some characters, like Pap and Arizona, are very adept at because they can short hop and make their pressure a lot more rough and rugged. Now, I would say that blocking, if you want to learn how to defend yourself easier, it all comes down to knowing the character first, the player second. Or in some cases, if you know the character first, and then it comes to knowing the player. Because everybody has their own ideas of attacking and aggressing. And I've already talked about aggression with certain characters, whereas like Arizona is all about, I'm gonna get in your face and I'm gonna push buttons, get in your face, and get my resources so then I can stop you for what you're doing. I hope I'm in time for Scoots to show us the secret to blocking 6. Oh, you're just in time. I'm not even getting to the good shit yet. Oh, man. But like, okay, where was I? Fuck. All right.
Do you want me for training, by the way?
If you want to come in and help me with it, go right ahead. All right.
Yep.
Okay. So, okay, I remember what I was talking about. So, defending yourself at first becomes an idea of learning the character before learning the player. But say for someone like me who's played fighting games for years and you understand certain things and certain ideas, it's all about learning the player first, because it's all a matter on what they want to do. Like some Velvets, say for instance, like some Velvets, yeah, they want to sit back here and they want to just shoot icicles. But then the moment you approach, like Awashi's gonna do, they hit you with that. And then your progress is all done because that into that. And you're like, golly, and you're like, fuck. God damn it, now I gotta start all over again. Fuck me, I hate zoners. This game is shit. Man, fuck TFA, fuck fighting games. Zoners are bullshit. And then you reconvene your thoughts and then sit down and calm down. And for characters like Arizona, without her... Okay, let's get to talking about the characters first. And let's start with the two main characters, Velvet and Arizona. Or they end combo with JC, does the same thing. True. Okay, here's the thing about Arizona. I've already talked about how she aggresses, and she is meant to get her resources while also mixing you up. Whether it be scaring you with her possible button routes or so on and so forth. But how do you defend against Arizona? Well, for one thing, actually, Wishy?
Yes?
I'm gonna stand right here, and I want you to throw rope. Or at least 2D. This, where I just was, that is the sweet spot for Arizona. Right here. Because if I stand right here and he ropes me, go ahead and do it. He can't touch me. This is your sweet spot. Add that to the fact that defending against Arizona means you need to play within this range so you don't let her get her resources. Let's start with that.
Yeah.
All right. You got any questions? Got anything to say?
No, not at the moment. But yeah, this is the ideal spot because really all she has is like 2C,
which is unsafe. One of her unsafe buttons.
Yep, exactly. Because you can kind of get 5C also, but that's also like your negative on that. So especially if they insta block, you just get eaten.
Yeah, you do. And the thing is about instant blocking, it's blocking on the same frame that you get hit. You gain more meter as well as negate chip. Or at least, at the very least, decrease the amount of chip you take. Now, for Arizona, you don't necessarily need to do that all that much. But what you need to do is learn one thing about Arizona. Her Oki and everything has a tell. So, say for instance, okay, so Wishy, I want you to 2D me. Okay, actually, let's go mid-screen. I want you to 2D me, and then I want you to dash up and hit JC. Alright? Okay. For example, but try it again. Arizonas usually have a tell on where they're going to hit you. So, say if he did it to me, like, right from where he did, and he didn't dash, he just jumped up and did it, he would hit me from the front. But the moment I see that he did that second dash and tried to jump over me, I should learn to block to the, like, opposite side of me. But that's a little complicated, isn't it? It's like, you gotta switch blocking. That's what Arizona tells you to do. Arizona will always, and I mean always, make you block switch. In fact, there's a thing that makes everything easier called fuzzy guarding. Let's see. Like all cow, okay. Unsafe, like all cow things. There's still like 3 frame traps you can do after it. We'll get to talking about her frame traps. But Arizona will tell you, I'm gonna make sure that you either have to pay attention to what I do or guess what I'm going to do. Because if it's one thing that I'm terrified of, you wanna know what I'm terrified? Do 5B, okay, do 2B, 5C, 2B, 5C, all right? I'm scared of that because one thing that Arizona can do, because
stomp.
of stomp or 6B. Now if I block high, like say for instance, like I block these things, all right, and I make the wrong guess and he hits me with a stomp, I get punished, and that could lead into him getting resources. Now if I think, oh, he's not gonna hit me with 6B, and then he does the string, and then into 6B, you do it again into 6B.
Right. It's
like, yeah. It's essentially.
Derp, sorry.
No, it's fine. It's fine. Now, defending against Arizona means what I said earlier, learn the character and her capabilities first. Because that's what most Arizonas will do. Hell, I would even do it. I would even put that pressure on just like, I'm going to push these buttons and I'm going to do the low or the overhead. Now, when it comes to thinking about Arizona, complicated, it's all a matter on defending her, like playing around her if you want to defend against her. Because it's one thing Arizona can do when she has magic. Say, for instance, actually, you know what? I think it would be easier if I were to show it off. Because Arizona could, and I will say this, could delay their magic. Just hit rematch.
Okay.
Take your pick, Arizona.
I could kind of do that stuff, but I'm still pretty.
So I'm gonna hit you with this, and then I want you to try to punish me with a button. All right.
All right.
Then there's stuff like that, which are just straight up traps. Now, as let's see, Shiro said, a frame trap. How Cow has frame traps. Let me pull up the definition so it's easier for a lot of people to absorb that meaning. Because it's like, oh, what's a frame trap? It doesn't it sound like what it is? The name implies. Now, from Wikipedia, a frame trap is when you attack to hit / block stun your opponent, then hit them with another move right after the hit stun ends. So that if they try to attack in between your two moves, they will get hit. Their move will get a counter hit. So, say for instance, like, a lot of cows do this. And then, like, after the 6A, then they'll do something like a crouch or something.
Yeah.
Because if it's one thing people will try to do against certain people, or at the very least at lower levels, people will try to press buttons after they know they're out of block stun. And at lower levels, that's fine. You're learning. But at higher levels... go on.
I will admit that I start mashing 5A or 2A, like, a fiend when I feel like a string's gonna end and I have a chance to do something, and it probably gets me stuffed more often than it doesn't.
Yeah, because people can, and here's the thing too, people can count on that idea of you wanting to push buttons. And say, for instance, they drop a string early, and then they immediately hit you with something. Like what I did with the counter, like bot, bot, into this. That's a bait. That is straight bait. Because you want to press buttons the moment you're free, and then you get hit with the counter hit, then you get hit with the counter, and life's not all that fun anymore. So when it comes to properly defending yourself sometimes, I'll say this. Learn when you can punish. Now that's a little hard for some people because, again, impatience is a big thing with people in fighting games. Because, you know, when you're getting hit and you're getting pressured, all you want to do is push buttons. Meanwhile, if you're just like playing patiently and waiting for your opening, like that, then you can make turn things right around. I want to force in, like, shove this idea in as many people's heads as I can. Learn to punish efficiently. And learn the opponent's capabilities. Because, yes, something like this can be unsafe, and it is unsafe. Or even this. Because I'll give an example for Arizona, as we're talking about her. Most people will do this into this. There you go.
Whoops.
No, that's fine. People, and if a cow player can attest to this, do you sometimes even do that, Wishy?
Hell yes, I do. Although sometimes I will actually, like, I'll even, like, delay it for a little bit. Just to, like, whoops, sorry. I meant, like, I'll...
No, go. It's fine.
And then, like, I'll let, like, it completely lapse because I'll think, oh, I'll just throw out the 4D and they'll try and punish. And then I'll go for super.
Yeah.
And sometimes it works. People are usually smarter than me, though. They're onto my wily, dumb cow strats.
Okay. Now, when it comes to making up your own little strats, it's all a matter on trying to outthink the player, or at the very least, outthink the character and play around them. Now, when that punish happens, and you're like, gee, they hit me with a really unsafe move, I should punish it. Like, actually, you know what? Do it again. Do like EX headbutt into super.
Alright.
Oh.
Whoops.
No, it's fine.
Right. Double whoops. One more time.
Alright. Actually, let me do it. Okay.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay. Alright. Okay, my idea was that I was gonna hit you with the EX headbutt, and then you were gonna try and punish, and then super.
Alright, yeah, I'm gonna
Ready?
do that.
Okay, shit. And then stuff like that happens because, oh, he wanted to push buttons. He wanted to get out of that situation and then prove me wrong, right? Because like, oh, he's unsafe. This move's on block. It's unsafe. And then shit like that happens.
Yep.
And then you're put in a situation where you're in a combo, and then it ends into this, and then you're just in an entire blender. You're in nothing but death. As a side note, speaking of death, this move, JC, is cows do all the time, especially when they short hop. Now, how do you defend against it? Block high.
You don't freaking push block that first hit. That's what you don't
Actually,
do.
that's something you don't do against Arizona in general. You don't push block sometimes, because especially when I mentioned her pit, like that range, like the sweet spot.
Yep.
The thing is too, say if okay, I'm gonna do this, and I want you, and as I'm gonna stomp, I want you to push block. Okay, ready?
Okay.
Just crouch,
Okay.
block low. Okay. And then that happens.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Good to know.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't realize that at all. Dang. I'll have to keep that in mind. Thank you. Putting that one right in my back pocket.
Oh shit, I'm teaching cows how to fucking fight. God damn it. Anyways, so that's the idea what Arizona wants. She wants you to push block, because then she can lick her lips and say, 5D, 2D. All because your legs are looking hella juicy, and so is her meter. And then that turns into her playing her rushdown mindset of just, I'm gonna go in, and I'm gonna go in hard, but once I have my resources. And that's her entire idea. Defending against Arizona means keeping an eye out for her. Keeping a good eye and knowing her situations. Because as I stated earlier, Arizona usually has a tell for what she does. Also, this meme, look, I understand that this is a meme and everyone hates it, but there's gonna come a point where Arizona's unsafe, alright? She's gonna be unsafe, so if she does something like that, probably gonna go for 6B or something. Let's see, show him the hard knockdown where she JC crosses you up if you would. Okay. Sure. Okay, if you wake up crouch blocking. So, let's say like this. That. Also, another little setup. Arizona loves that. She loves putting you in situations where you wake up into that. Now, I will state this again. That is an idea. This, like, blocking against Arizona like that requires that you know her. Because not a fresh blood's not going to understand how to block this. Because it's just like, oh, that looked really fast, and it hurts. I don't like it. I don't like being hurt.
I went low there too and just ate that 6B.
Yeah, 6B is unsafe. It is unsafe on hit block. Alright. So let's see. What's another situation? Oh, also, say if I do like this again, depending on where I'm at. Say if you want to jump that. So I'm going to after I dash towards you, okay? I want you to jump, and I'm going to hit JC. Ready?
Okay.
Shit.
Oh, sorry.
No. And shit. Okay.
I am jumping.
No, it's fine. No, it's fine. It's a little finicky, but the situation that I'm trying to provide is that there are some times where you can escape Arizona's combos and like Oki by jumping and getting hit in the first place. Because there's a point in time where the second hit will happen, or at the very least like the first or second hit, and the moment you're just in it, you're just knocked right back down.
Yep.
That is the situation, and it's all okay. Now, defending against Arizona after that, again, pay attention to what the Arizona player likes to do. Do they like to go for a lot of highs, a lot of lows? Do they like to go for overhead sometimes? Do they like to JC? Because what I would say is just pay attention. Stay calm, keep your eyes open against Arizona, and pay attention. Because freaking out will lead to you eating a lot more damage than you would like. Possibly could lead you to getting killed, if anything. So, just keep an eye out for Arizona and what she does. Do not push block her within her, like, her beautiful range of rope. And if you play in her range, she has trouble. She has trouble doing much of anything.
Yep. And you're right here and you can just... Yep.
Now, I should also bring up the fact of Arizona's EX stuff before I move on to Velvet. Because Arizona's a little nuanced when it comes to having meter. Now, when it comes to having meter, you shouldn't really push too many buttons. Arizona forces you to respect her, what with having armor and going through fucking everything. Like, actually, you know what? On the count of 3, I'm gonna counter, and I want you to push, like, just push ABC. Alright?
Alright.
Alright, ready? 1, 2, 3. She goes through everything.
Yeah, really.
And you need, but the thing is too, here's a little trick for you. Okay? I want you to hit me with 2C, okay? And then I'm going to EX headbutt and I want you to grab me.
Okay.
Just run up, grab me. Oh shit. Okay.
Oh, sorry.
Right. No, it's fine. Alright. Shit.
I have grabbed people out of EX headbutt, so.
Right. Just let's help you get it in. Oh shit. Why? Why does my hand do this? Alright, now I want you to do it again, and then I want you to hit, and I'm gonna try and do counter this time, alright?
Alright.
That is the one trick you can do against most Arizonas, is that if they want to, if you want to, like, you know, stuff their magic entirely, just grab them. Put them in a situation where you know the player's gonna try and go, oh, I feel threatened, and then grab them. Because for one thing, it gives you Oki. Another thing, it gives you proper, it makes, you get you make them lose the resources that they need. And another thing, they're right in front of you, so they can't force any other wacky bullshit.
Yep.
But what if I get put in a frame trap? Then you push too many buttons. If you push too many buttons against Arizona and she has resources, you're going to die for it. So this is where I'm going to tell someone, do not, and I repeat, do not push every single button on your keyboard, controller, or entire fucking existence when this cow has magic. She is the single most terrifying thing I have seen in this entire game. Holy fuck.
Yikes.
Yeah. Recent-ish grab, damage reduction, presents for cows. Presents for cows. So, to recap about Arizona, keep your eyes open. This is a know the player and character kind of idea, because she has a lot of nuance when it comes to both players and the players and how they decide to do things. And do not push too many buttons, especially when she has resources, because Arizona loves to see you pushing that sexy A button. I see your hand over that A button. Don't you push it. Are you pushing shit? You pushing buttons?
Yeah.
Are you pushing buttons? I hope not. You're gonna lose 20%. You're gonna lose like 50% of your life for it. Okay. Oh, hello there, 40 base. All right.
40 base.
Now, why don't I talk about Velvet? Because I know that's a character that some people love to just say, oh, this character's bullshit. How do I block against her? She just tips me. Bad. Buttons are for pushing, though. That is true. If you want to die, that is.
My strat is to, like, can I talk about what I personally try
Go
to
ahead.
do?
No,
against,
okay. I'm leaving
Velvet
this to be
first?
I'm leaving this to be completely inclusive.
All right. So generally, this is where Velvet likes to be.
Oh, yeah.
So I will try and crouch block as I get closer, try and dash up, and then when I get close enough, I will start trying to jump in and chicken block, because I fear that Shatter A and.
No, you fear Shatter C. You fear the god. You fear
Yeah, that too. Because if you just keep sticking with the plan, you're eventually just gonna get Shatter Seed and.
Now, Velvet, to some, especially at lower levels, is a difficult character to approach, because she has moves that cover the entire stage. I've gone over this in my Velvet tutorial, but she has moves that cover the entire stage. She has a lot of stage control, and she has a high and low mix-up. Now,
by the way, hello.
Goodbye,
just
Cass.
came. Well,
yeah.
Oh,
It's a virgin.
Yeah. So, how do you defend against Velvet? Just block low. That's it. Everything she has is, like, she doesn't have any real mix-ups. If you get hit by that, that's your fault for blocking low. And also, Velvet's a character that tells you to... She's a character, I would say, that teaches you especially to know when to push your buttons and know when to do things. Because if you start pushing buttons when I'm set up like this, you're going to get punished. You're going to get punished as I try to approach you with my icicles. Velvet is a trap, in a sense. She likes to make sure that you are, like, you feel like you have the advantage the moment you're getting in. And that's the thing, too. Velvet makes people desperate because health deficit.
the chip starts getting real.
Oh, it does. It starts getting very real. So when the chip starts happening, people panic. And say, for instance, like, say if Wishy here, you know, getting real desperate, trying to get in on me and approach me like that, then he gets punished. And then
that's an exact situation. Oh. Oh,
because all you want to do is approach me. And Velvet's like, come, I'll give you a hug. And then she has a knife in her hand the entire time.
It's just baby Bonnie Hood.
yeah.
So how do you defend against Velvet? Be patient, know when to push her buttons, and if you're approaching, either crouch block or, you know, fucking don't jump. Please don't jump, because shit like that.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
here's the thing. Like, come up close to me.
Because again, one of my common things I do is like when I get into this zone where Shatter C comes into play, I'll jump and I'll try and chicken block it.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes I'll just get winded all the way back and be like,
Yeah. It uses her resources, but it's still soul crushing when she's just like, oh, you're approaching me? Whoosh! And you're just gone. And the worst part is, it gets worse when you jump, because when you approach me by walking, you're fine. You are fine.
yeah.
But the moment you jump, you lose all control. You lose everything.
I get to go to outer space now.
That's the problem with most people against Velvet, because
Yeah.
I will say this. I streamed... actually, no. Wishy, you got something to say?
The other thing I'll do is I'll also jump and eat. Is it like 1D
No.
that eats you, or is it 3D? Yeah,
That's
yeah.
1D. This is 1D.
That's 1D. I eat so many 1Ds. It's not even funny. Just trying to jump like an idiot.
And that's where I will also say, learn Velvet and how much area she controls. Because here's the thing, she might have chip for days, but you could still goad her into wasting resources. Because I will advocate for anyone who can think about making the opponent waste their resources. It's really nice. Because Velvet with resources, she's the fucking worst. It's like saying CBT, but actually having to deal with CBT. Because she's just like, oh, you want to approach me? You want to have fun? No, go away. I said go away! I'm not buying what you're selling!
You like my fucking mom. Holy shit. Calm down.
Candy Graham.
Now, it's just, now, as I said, you make her waste her resources, she can't throw out snowballs and win you anymore. And then she's right for the picking. That is for certain characters, though.
Yeah, that was some weird rollback there. I got you with rope and also didn't at the same time. It's weird.
And for a matchup like this, Arizona, certain characters can make the idea of just like saying, hey, Velvet. Actually, hold on. Let me make this meme a little better. So it's like, hey, Velvet, I know you like space, but what if I use 2D?
I mean...
Oh no, I'm about to get ass blasted and gamered on and brain blasted. Jimmy Neutron is at my doorstep right now. But wait, I have a trump card. Fuck you.
Oh yeah, I got really familiar with DP.
DDP
yesterday.
is what makes people hate Velvet. It's another.
I got very familiar with eating those yesterday playing 5.
Uh-huh.
There were so many times where I'm like, I'm not thinking about it, and I'm like, just okay, I got her on the ground. I'm in the happy zone. Let's just throw out a low, and then here comes the DP, and I'm back here again. I'm like,
here comes the sun, dude.
Because, like I will say, and here's the thing, DDP, it is invincible for most of the move. It reaches far, and it is a low that costs 1 magic. Now, here's the thing. I feel like, and this is my opinion sinking through, I feel like Velvet's only options of defending herself are 6A, DDP, and just blocking it and respecting it. And some characters can take advantage of that, especially Arizona. So let's put the hypothetical situation where I'm in the corner, okay? So I want you to back up a little bit, all right? Actually, you know what? No, we'll make it better. Hit me with 2C, and I'm going to DP. All right? I want to see what you do about it. Just hit me with sweep. And I'm going to DP out of it. Is she? Oh, shit. Oh, god damn it. I'm retarded!
well,
I was definitely... I accidentally hit my control key. Anyways, so Wishy,
Yeah.
Hit me with 2C, and then I want you to, I just want to see what you do after I DP on Wake Up, all right?
All right.
Close, but no cigar.
Yep.
Short hop, okay. So, he's getting the idea, okay, let's see, Velvet's DP is also plus on block, +2 to be exact. That is true, and that can lead to some frame traps, which Velvet just pushes fucking 2A. That's
Yeah,
it.
because like I'll 2C again.
Mm-hmm.
To
Okay. Yep.
I'm. did you, Scotty? Did you get the machine gun? I have to ask you this before.
The machine gun?
Yeah.
What's the machine gun? You mean just like sitting at the end of the screen and just shooting everything?
Okay, not that. Okay, yeah. Never mind.
And I've already stated
Oh,
what people should do about like dealing with the fucking Velvet gun, like the deer Glock, the Glock. Fuck. I'm trying to be creative. Anyways, just block low for the most part and stay aware. Don't fret, because the moment you start fretting is the moment you start panicking, making desperate decisions, and getting yourself killed even harder.
And you don't want that.
No, you don't. Especially when you're someone like Arizona who actually suffers in this matchup. Up until she gets magic, and then I have to respect her.
Yep.
Because Velvet, that's one thing Velvet can't do necessarily, is defend herself without magic. So if you know how to beat her options, you're good. But it's all a matter of getting in on her in the first place. Either making her waste resources, making her do unsafe things, and just paying attention to what's on screen. Like if, okay, because I know this gets people a lot. That's High School's not there anymore, is it? No, it is now. Look at that. Wowee!
Yeah, I'm actually pretty good about watching for delayed icicles, but that was me thinking it was gonna end, and it totally didn't.
Yeah, no, I don't. I'm the one of those Velvets that don't end. But you just need to keep an eye out for Velvet and what she does. Survey and pay attention. Pay attention to this goddess, and you will not get fucked over yet.
I don't agree with the goddess part, but yeah, pay attention to Velvet.
Now, definitely pay attention to Velvet. Pay attention, because, alright. I feel like there's also two modes to Velvet other than playstyle. It's like, I'm desperate and I want you off of me, and then there's, oh, you're off of me. Good. Bitch. It's just, I can zone perfectly normal, and then there's, oh shit, I actually have to defend myself. Get away, there's a spider in my screen.
Watch the actual spider on the screen.
I actually stood up there, but I didn't think to actually flip back.
But you get the
spider
idea of
message.
how to defend against Velvet, right?
Yeah, yes. I just got to be a lot more patient about
You
it.
have, Velvet asked for patience.
And also I got to keep my peepers open for that Shatter Sea, because that's it catches me.
Keepers?
Okay. In any fighting game, the most important character to look at is the enemy. True, very true. It's very important. But there are some times where it's like you focus on yourself, like your eyes can drift to anywhere on the screen. Like, oh, I need to look at my meter. I need to look at their meter, so on and so forth. And sometimes you're not focused on what they're doing. You're focused on just the character. Like, some people could just see me do this and not give a flying fuck that an icicle is about to pelt them, and then they get punished for it. And it's happened numerous amounts of times, like right there, for example. People just want to get in, and they don't pay attention. But the moment they start paying attention is the moment Velvet suffers, because she struggles when people are in her face, especially against Tian.
How do you spawn the fucking pillar? Wait,
All right.
what?
But I think I've gone over what it takes to defend against Velvet. So,
Wait, is it my time to do my memes, Scotty?
oh boy. Okay, so this is the part where I tag in Vicaf here, if he's even in here in the first place.
Am I even in there in the first place? Let me stop playing Fortnite for 1 second.
You are not. Okay,
I'm
well,
coming.
okay. But we can talk about Oleander just a little bit, but while Bycalf just tries to mosey on his way in here. So the thing is about Oleander, as I stated early, like last, it was on Tuesday. As I stated on Tuesday, Oleander wants to play neutral with you. She wants to sit down and say, hey, I'm gonna push the right buttons, and I'm gonna get what I want, rather than you getting what you want. And here's the thing about Oleander. Her buttons are big, so if you try to approach her, you're gonna have a tough time because she swings that book. And my boy, does she fucking swing the book. She swings it like she's fucking Marth from Smash. And I know people will catch that reference. Isn't that right, Melee players?
Yeah.
Oh, man. But I may as well show it, like, just sit here in training for a second. Just to show what I'm talking about a little bit more.
My magic may be done.
Okay. So to defend against Oleander just means you gotta be patient. Again, you gotta be patient. Because Oleander can do two things. She can play, you know, pretty passively, or she can play aggressively, getting in your face and pushing buttons and just ending those strings in Oki. Because that's what aggressive Oleander does, in my opinion. She wants to hit Oki and then make you suffer for it. Because if you push a button while Fireball is touching your ass, and that ass gets smacked, you're eating more damage because of it. Melee Marth. At least she doesn't have a Melee Marth's grab range. I mean, Wave Dash? I can Wave Dash. You can Wave Dash this. You ever wanted a Wave Dash 5C? Or just Wave Dash and a button? And approaching Oleander is the problem, but we're not talking about approaching, it's defending. Now, Oleander is like Velvet to a lesser extent at first, because what she wants is to possibly, like, poke you around, make you feel anxious, and then hit you with a 2C, where she's just like, I can get magic. Yes! Okay. So like this, stuff like that. Hitting you with a small combo that allows her to get the resources she needs, which is, you know, magic in general. And she needs it all the time. And without magic, Oleander is actually pretty basic. There's not much really she can do, except kind of do fireballs and Seaport, which Seaport in and of itself is just, I get away, and I get space. And she doesn't have very many mix-ups. If anything, just doing this, it's a Velvet situation in all honesty. Like, she has an overhead and she has a really good low. That's it. So when it comes to fighting base Oli, there's not much you have to look out for except for 5A. 5A is the shit. Bycalf? Okay, he's dead. God damn it. But what most Oleanders will do is that, you know, they'll try to approach you with 5A into buttons. And 5A is good. It's fast, it has some reach, and it does a lot for Oleander. It gives her combos, it gives her starter damage. And you can bully people with its range. Just bop, bop, bop.
The best bully tool.
Yeah, 5A.
Want something here? They drink water.
Now, hey Bycalf,
What?
how would you defend against Oleander at base? Let me ask you that.
How do I defend against the Oleander?
At base. Baseander.
Oh, round start?
No magic, no nothing.
I don't give a shit. I block. I don't care. If I don't want to get the first hit because if I try to, if I will hit me.
Yeah, and that's the one thing that Oleander demands that you do is, at the very least, respect her on round start. Because Microdash 5A is actually scary. Because if you get hit with Microdash 5A, especially on counter hit, you're giving her both damage and resources. Because like I said, what Oleander wants is resource.
Indeed.
And she will do anything to get said resource, as long as they have a brain. Now, at lower levels, most Oleanders will just go, okay, if I want to get resources, I'll just jump back, right? And mid-level Oleanders will go, hey, I can hit them, and then I can get magic. And high-level Oleanders, well, like
We don't give a shit.
there you go.
We really don't.
They'll just run up and push buttons. You ever wanted to see unicorns on crack, fellas? Now, fighting Oleander with magic is a little bit more nuanced because now you have to deal with another factor. Because Oleander can shoot out 2 fireballs, or even, you know,
Make yourself plus.
make yourself plus, shoot out traps, steal your fucking meter by existing.
Yes.
And I just throw out epilogue because this thing is an entire wall. Certain characters are fucked by it. Hi Tianhuo, how you doing?
Yeah, epilogue is something I struggle with.
And you wanna know how you fight epilogue?
You don't.
You don't.
Yo, wait it out.
And then there will be
No, actually, winning it out is the worst part.
Yeah.
It's actually just let yourself get chips. I know you don't want to, but it's literally just stops her from just reading right in front of you.
yeah, actually,
Yeah,
hang on,
yeah.
Are you in here now, Bike F? Yeah, there you
Yeah,
are.
I'm in here now.
Okay. Got Bike F.
What?
I'm
Sorry, I'm just trying to do bicycle loops.
trying to do bicycle loops. Okay, Robokai. All right. So let's have Bicaf help me with the example here.
Not to underestimate the
All right.
Okay.
So let's say, God damn it!
Whoops.
Okay, we can still work. We can still make this work. We can still make this work.
Ready?
All right.
Yeah, good.
Okay. So level. All right. Now here's the thing. I'm gonna charge some meter, for instance. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And hey, Bicaf, throw out
Yeah.
epilogue. All right. Now I want you to. I'm gonna jump. Okay.
Mhm.
Fuck. Okay, it's actually pretty big. Okay.
It's a big.
If you block it,
boy.
and now run into mine, you don't lose that much meter fighting Oleander. You don't lose
Also,
that much.
look at. Also, look at health. You just block when you lose health.
You take a sub.
Like, yeah, you take a little bit more. Yeah, you take chip damage, sure, but if you actually perfect block it, if you do it, yours.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
You don't lose as much. Actually, you get more meter as much as you're losing damage. So, if you are running into epilogue, it's best if you perfect block it, which is timing your blocks as when you get into the epilogue.
Mm-hmm.
And when you do that, you get more meter, and also it says, fuck you to the all leader for trying to steal your meter.
But Bicaf, what do we do about double fireballs?
With double fireball. Hold on a second. Wait. Alright. It literally is just blocking. Especially the fact that most all-enders would just do this stuff right here. Whoop. Hey. They don't really want to do the double fireball unless they're safe with it like that. Oh, I got hit myself. They would usually just throw out 3 fireballs into just 2. And when they throw out the third one, it's
Oh my God!
What?
Your colors! Oh my God!
Yeah, that's what I really
I'm
wanted
waiting
to
for the stream to catch up. What?
Yeah, so usually most Oleanders would just throw out this.
Yeah, and that's
Yeah.
and here's the thing too. What he did with that right there was a TK fireball. Do it again. Do it again, bitch boy. Wow, that was a nice view. Why didn't I get hit?
You see, her hitbox on the fireball is actually really small.
Wow, that's actually kind of garbage.
Not when you do like something like this. So like, I can't. And then there. Even if you do that, I would do it air one. You have to block up, no matter what. It
Okay.
might be a cross up or whatever.
And since we're still talking about magic, teleports. So the thing is about Oleander at oh Jesus, Oleander at base can only do seaport on.
I tried to F4. I tried all 4, so it's catching up.
Okay, so seaport at base, it's just I get space now, yay! I get to charge, yay! Hey! But you lose space, you lose neutral. But wait, I have magic now. true, but hey, Bycaf, what do we do? What do we do about that one?
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna do. Yeah, I'm gonna do it right now. Ready? 3, 2.
Hi.
Fuck! Wow, it's like there's an entire wet button that just does the job for me.
Do it again. Although you can anti-air it, she actually can't punish you if you anti-air it also.
Oh god, he's
Goodbye.
not.
Just watch them weak.
I'm bleeding. My colors are bleeding.
I just realized you turned into Fred.
Hey, I'm muting. But I'm still in the call and listening. All right. Okay. So, let's talk about like the little mix-up that Oleander can do. The mix-up. Yeah. See, here's the thing about doing that. Just all you really need to do is block. That's it. Because it's like, no duh.
Oh, duh.
And
I mean, there's only like 2 people who do like something like this. Hold on. Oh, just like only 2 people, so.
yeah, but it can catch people off guard. Now,
Yeah,
like I said
that's
about Velvet, Oleander is also a character that makes you learn the player. Like you learn the character, but then it's all about the player who does what they do. Because
Yeah.
But Blaze, that could apply to anyone. Why do you say learn the player? Why do you say learn the player? Because characters like Oleander and freaking Velvet, those characters, you can do a lot with these characters in so many ways. Meanwhile, with someone like, say, Arizona, there's a method to the madness. However, they're gonna run out of material soon enough. But everybody else could learn the material. What about Oleander and Velvet? You see, there's a thing that's called making things safe. Remember, this into this, people can make it fireball into port, they can make it safe. And at lower levels, people aren't gonna know to do this. Fuck.
Just don't
Ew.
I come.
Ew.
I just realized. Yeah, I might lift.
Yeah,
Is it
your entire upper teeth.
No, not my entire body. It's like there's
your teeth.
leg. Yeah, my teeth. Yeah, my leg turns into my book.
Yeah. Okay. So, Bycaf? Actually, did we go? Okay. Have we gone over most of what Oleander forces you to defend against?
Yeah.
I was
We
trying to.
went forward with the magic stuff. That's
Okay. Yeah.
all. Not the big tentacle monster. Not yet.
Yeah, I saw that difference between playing Grover and 5 yesterday. I was trying stuff that Grover fell for that 5 wasn't having. Ah, all right. Actually, and we've already talked about Fred. So, why don't we talk about another character people hate to fight against?
Oh.
Tianhua.
Oh. I didn't pick Tianwo.
No, that's fine. That's fine, gamer. That's fine.
I
That is.
wanted it to me.
All right. Actually, are you still Oleander? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Actually, let me bring up one last thing for Oleander. Do 6C.
Oh, 60.
Yeah. That's unsafe. And we've already
actually,
talked.
yeah.
Yeah, we've already
It's
talked.
unsafe.
Yep. Go on.
Yeah, no, it's unsafe. Also, I'm gonna do 60. Punish it.
All right. Okay. Shit.
Like, don't even block. Just attack me.
All right. Oh, just attack you.
Yeah. Like, let me back up first. Yeah. You can just counter it right there.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're fast enough, you see it, just attack. Don't like wait for it because.
But if you do wait for it, you still have plenty of time to punish.
Yeah. Also, can I actually complete my transition of Alt F4 because it's actually affecting the game?
You want to actually just hit Alt F4?
Yeah, I have to hit Alt F4 later.
Oh my god! Your colors!
It just gets worse.
Can't you do 6C Fireball? Yes, you could.
You could.
You could, but you should still be blocking anyways. And 6C Fireball? Hey Bycaf, what can you get off a 6C Fireball?
Super.
Anything else?
Magic trap if I have magic.
Anything else? Go on, elaborate. Anything else?
Then a magic fireball. That's about it.
Oh, yeah, so when you get hit with 6C Fireball, her options are limited. And yes, you can make it make it a little safe, because if they block 6C and they're expecting to hit a button, yeah, go ahead, they can get smacked. Go right ahead. And in some cases, that could lead you to getting Fred.
Yeah.
And Fred is something that we discussed over, on Wednesday, actually. Did we? Yeah, we talked about how to defend against Fred, didn't we?
Defend against Fred? I briefly touched upon how he only has mids.
Yeah,
The
okay.
only thing that, yeah.
We've
Only
touched...
thing Fred has is, like, mix-ups, which Oleander has to force upon.
Mm-hmm. And then, at that point, again, it's like normal Oleander, but at a worse point. All you really have to do is just keep your eye out, just pay attention, stay calm, and look out. Because if it's one thing that everyone's getting hit by, myself included, 6C, because it's nigh impossible to see. And it feels faster. So just keep your eyes out against Fred and Oleander. Don't push buttons that will get you murdered, and just be patient. And then when you wait it out, then it's just normal Oleander again.
Yeah.
And then you still have to deal with all the nuances that her magic brings to her game plan, but it's at the very least still like not as bad as fighting Fred, where most people will just go and then they're like, why did I lose? Character bullshit.
Actually, this.
And also, speaking of Tianwo that we're gonna get to, hey Shiro, how do you defend against Tianwo?
Well, it depends. It's a broad question.
Well, let's sit in training mode and then ask why it's so broad. Okay, I become a petrified to hit a button when Fred is out. You're supposed to.
It is my
Yeah, it's kind of the point.
It is. It really is kind of the point. It's just like, hello, relationship goals. Did somebody call for a big incorporeal BF? Anyways,
So they did.
all right. So what makes Tian such a broad question to defend against?
Well, are you talking about like in block strings, neutral, or what?
Well, okay. Let's talk about like just generally defending against Tian. What should you look out for, and how would you defend against her? Because I've already elaborated that Tian is just like, her aggression mostly comes from her movement, more than anything. She has to
Yeah.
play. Oh, thank you for the thank you for the bits, Stallone. Okay. So, like I said, her pressure all comes from her movement and just her idea of pressure and canceling things into flight.
Yeah, and a lot of that movement stuff is going to be air-based, so
Yeah.
anti-airing is usually going to be something that you want to do a lot with Tian.
Mm-hmm. Now, how do we defend against her movement per se? Because she has a lot of it. To some people, she's apparently really bullshit. Even at lower levels, because Tian is a noob killer. Because people just get hit by JC, like IAD JC, and they're like, what the fuck? Game bullshit! Tian's unfair! Ah!
Yeah, that's true. Fresh bloods are going to have a hard time with that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's usually once you get out of that, then you'll probably be into anti-airing, which is going to make that a lot easier
Oh yeah.
to deal with.
Now, let's speak about anti-air. Yeah, Tian is meant to be in the air all the time, but that can be baited real quick. Because Tian has control of how long mostly has control of how long she wants to come in for. So say, for instance, like, I wake up and I think Tian's gonna hit me with, like, come from the air or something. Next thing you know it, I do 6A, but it whiffs. Oh no! Fuck me. Like, just... Okay. Hit me,
Yeah,
hit me with a situation where you're just gonna bait out 6A.
Okay. Like, you can fly for a little bit. You kind of have to predict it because most 6As are not so slow on recovery that you can just do whatever.
Arizona.
You kind of have to play against it. Yeah, because an Arizona or an Oleander, if you try to bait it, then
You're gonna get
they
hit.
can literally do it twice before you reach them. So
Actually,
Yeah.
okay. Because Oleander has really high vertical reaching moves, whereas Arizona just has godlike the button.
yeah, hers is really fast, and since Oleander's hits almost to the top of the screen directly above her, then hers is really good for if you're trying to do the like fly above thing.
So against Tian, when she wants to be in the air, just time your 6A. Do 6A, but time it and be patient about it. Because if it's one thing Tian likes to do, it's become a vulture. And what do vultures like to do? They like to circle around their prey and then, oh, this is a perfect opportunity to hit JC.
Yeah, and for some characters, air to airing her is actually pretty good too. Like Arizona JB does it really well. I think Paprika's JB is okay for it too.
Because it
is.
That and JC. I would say Paprika's entire fucking body is like a really good anti-air, but that's beside the point.
Yeah, like if you're playing those characters and you feel like you can predict what the Tian was going to do, then they can just jump and press a button like that.
But what if the big scary Tian ain't gonna be in the air anymore? She's just on the ground being scary. Cause she can push all the buttons in the world. What do I do then?
This is fucking impression.
It's little Timmy wanting to play a fighting game.
Well done. Again.
It's little Timmy.
Timmy.
It's little Timmy Bob. He wants to play the fighting game, but he's scared of the big bad dragon pushing buttons on him, and all he wants to do is
Timmy
play
should be more
cow.
afraid of his fucking voice box because he's fucking. It doesn't sound like it's gonna be fixed.
What little Timmy? Anyways, what can we do to help little Timmy Bob against the big bad dragon who likes to push buttons on him and pressure him entirely? What do you do then?
Oh, if it's a Tian that likes to do fly cancel into buttons, that's usually not real. So if you're prone to mashing, then that could work out actually.
It can, but then that can also backfire.
It can.
Because it's like, you ever wanted to mash, but then the Tian decides to back the fuck up?
Yeah, but if they back away, then there's not much that they're gonna do to you from further out, except maybe 6D. Possibly.
Let's see. There's something about little Timmy Bob that's familiar. It reminds me of a voice that Rerez does in some of his videos. Okay. But what the point is I'm trying to bring to you, to the people, Tian is like,
Done. Again.
her pressure relies on you being afraid of her pushing buttons. She's like Fred with Oleander. Just remove the Fred.
Just remove the Fred.
She looks scary. Her shit looks scary because, wow, that's a lot of buttons. Gee golly, what do I do about him pushing buttons on me? Oh. You know Tian's unsafe on, like, any of her enders, right? Ash. Bash. Crash.
God forbid
Crash.
they
More
miss
like
a sleeper.
ass. And even, actually, Shiro, correct me if I'm wrong, isn't she unsafe if she does raw firecracker and it gets blocked?
Yeah, if that gets blocked, it's unsafe. So.
But what
Because you're
Go.
stuck in that recovery animation.
Okay. But what happens if the big scary dragon hits me with the thing and then never mind. Little Timmy Bob got his question answered. Because here's the thing. A lot of Tians will do shit like this, like do a hit and possibly try to escape. And I think that's what Tians will do in higher levels, because say if Arizona wants to say, hey, I know you're pushing a button, bitch. You better give me my money or I'm gonna counter you. Okay, that's it. I'm hitting counter. Fuck! My counter whiffed. I can't push more buttons.
Yeah, I do try to do that sometimes.
Actually, You know what? I'll show. So instead of just like,
You
let's see,
fight well.
I actually fear Tion's ground options more than I fear her air ones. Thing is, okay, you forgot dash.
That doesn't exist actually. It's special.
Okay, so Shiro, let's present that option where I want you to count. I want you to hit me with 2C, and then I'm gonna counter on wake up, and then you do whatever. All right? Give me your money, bitch. Give me your oh shit. All right. Give me your money. Fuck. Well, I mean like hit me on hit my counter.
There we go.
2C and then just hit the counter and then do 7 because that's a thing, right? Since it count,
hit your counter and then 7.
Mm-hmm.
I've never heard of that working.
Just something to test because it's like now that something's in my head.
No more games.
I don't think it didn't work before, but
Nope,
think
it works.
It works now.
It works.
Yeah, it works now. Yeah.
It works. So it's like,
I think-
fuck, she baited. I got jebaited. Oh no, gamer. What do I do now that I got jebaited? Well, don't lose your cool. Stay calm, and just don't block. It's okay. Get my thoughts. If you're gonna defend against Tion, it's more an idea of, it's more a test of patience and keeping your eye on her. Keeping an eye on yourself and her. What she's doing and where you're blocking. Because Tion likes to go a lot of places. She likes to do what Arizona does, but a lot slower. And sometimes that still gets people. But if you can effectively block against Tion, then that means that you can just, wait her out and then punish her. Because what Tions will do, they'll push buttons until they say, uh-oh!
Stinky.
I pushed the wrong button. I meant to go for the overhead, and now I'm getting fucked.
Yeah.
And now I'm getting thrown into the blender.
Where is life? Okay, there it is.
So that's mainly how you should. That's how you should mainly defend against Tion. Just use your eyes. Learn the character and the player. Because Tion is entirely player dependent. And I mean entirely player dependent. Because they could do similar tricks, but it's all a matter on how that certain player functions and uses those functions. Because Tion's in not a very good space, not in a very good place. And certain people will have certain problems against Tion, whether that be, they're getting hit by their abundance of mix-ups, their movement and everything, or, they're just not blocking, or they're not getting their hits right. Learn the character, but also be aware of what the player does. Because you could have people like Husky, who's like the Tion god, and then someone like Shiro, who's like, I'm gonna play neutral, I'm gonna be a good boy, I'm gonna be patient.
Husky just waits for magic. It's kind of
Delone's like, or they play the neutral game heavily, and that's what Tion wants to do sometimes. If she can actually play the neutral game relatively well. And you know what's the best part too? If she's playing the neutral game, she's gaining resources, and she's just like rubbing her hooves together with that smile, like, yes, ground, my friend. What the fuck is the air? Get the fuck out of here! I don't need you. Called me a bitch anyways.
Wings? She has wings?
The clouds took my money.
The wings have do we have wings?
We have Tiana has wings?
Sometimes
Dude.
I wonder.
Dude! Tiana has wings? It's not like she gets clipped entirely if she flies. Yeah, you can't block. You can't block with fly. That's something you can't do. So if you see Tiana flying, just say, hey, I have a taser. And just poke her.
She can unfly, but they're not gonna do it.
Yeah, no,
unless
they're not gonna do it.
Actively knowing.
Yeah,
they
that's the thing
actively
about
know.
that's the thing about Tian. When she commits, she has to commit to her movements. And when she commits, and then you punish her for it, there you go.
Yeah, because that creates a, oh, well, I don't know what to do now kind of situation.
And that's what a lot of new players feel. It's like, what do I do against this character that just hits me with everything in the kitchen sink?
I don't know what fucking kitchen sink hurts you.
You want to know something? She's like a straw sink. Like, she doesn't hit all that hard, and she's not that scary when you really get down to it. It's like, you get into higher levels. Oh, okay. She's not that bad. Wait, what is this mix-up? Oh, it didn't do that much damage. Okay. Like, you should be afraid of Tian. I'm like, memeing about it. Have some fear against Tian. Because despite the fact that she does no damage, she has a lot of mobility to keep you constantly in the mix.
Like, yeah, she also abuses the fact that if you have a projectile, she can go through it. They're not gonna probably use it because of the fact that it's more like for, I know you're gonna do this type of thing. So it's more of you just using way too many projectiles.
Actually, you know, let's bring that to light. And I'll switch to Oleander for this.
Okay.
Because there are certain characters that can get away with, you know, baiting Tian. It's like, oh, you have a move that's projectile invincible? Oh. Alright, so I'm gonna do this string here, alright? And you're gonna bash through it. Ready?
Okay. Or I could just...
Alright. Yeah, you could space it out, force her to just like say, oh wait, that's not the right amount of space to go through. You know? Oh no! Oh wait, fuck. That was the right amount of space. Let's see here. Also,
fucking died.
Usually see 2C fireball.
Yeah, okay, yeah, definitely this. And you know, okay, so he's hitting me. He's hitting me and punishing me. What do I do after that? What can I do after that? Just block. Block. Alright, okay. Bash through it. Ready? Fuck! I'm a gamer. Oh no! Tian got jebaited! What's happening?
Not again.
Not again. My character got jebaited. What do I do now? What do I do, Lord? And you wanna know something? Tian can't fight back if you bait her. She can't. She struggles. And if you take that momentum away from her, there's little she can do. I mean,
I'm actually kind of glad you picked Tian Oleander as well, because I'm going to keep saying this to like some people who like to spam Fred with like against Tianwell. Fred's a projectile.
Speaking of which, hey, I'm gonna do something. All right. Actually, I'm gonna do 4D. Charge 4D, and I want you to bash through. Ready? 3, 2, 1. What's this epic roasty that he's doing against me? What's this? What's that? I'm getting debated. What is this? What? He went through my move! Ah! Little Timmy Bob! Timmy Bob scared! Ah!
Yeah, but since Oleander and Fred can move separately, I don't really... I don't see the bash as being that useful.
Also, wait, hang on. Both said do the 7D. Okay. Let's see. Do the 7D. 7D? Okay. Okay. I think he means... Oh, that's... I think he meant 1D. Or 7. Okay. Oh, 7D. 7D is better against Fred. 8D best. Okay. 7D would be good against Fred, except... You know, Fred has multi-hit.
Yeah,
and
not only he has multi-hit, he also has get the fuck over here the move.
Oh yeah. Hey, 4D, how you doing? So, there's the problem. 7D is way better than Bash. At high level? I would say that, like, they're... Okay. 7D... I would say Tian and her, what she's doing, she has an inherent risk at all times.
And comparing it just to Bash, I guess it's better, but usually the best you can hope for in that situation is to just get out of the corner.
But...
You're not going to hit the Oleander.
Yeah, no, you're not hitting Oleander. And then the problem comes in when they do freaking... When they do this, let's see, when they do shit like this, or this move, especially when charged, you're not getting out of it. You're not living.
Yeah.
You're gonna get
Like the
caught.
reason why.
And then,
yeah,
oh,
the reason
but
why I
then there's.
say,
Oh, go on.
when I say like Bash is slightly better, I'm not saying it's like completely better. It's like it's an end all be all move. No, it's slightly better than 7D because of the fact that if you're fighting an actual Oleander that knows what they're doing, they're not really gonna use a lot of charge moves like 1D and stuff like that. They're gonna use more like charge moves, and if you're gonna try and bait it, they're gonna know because of the fact that you kind of using Fred effectively. And then when you do 7D, they're gonna do 2D, and then you get a free read, and like, no.
And also, the thing is about 7D in general. Hey Shiro, gamer Shiro Homura, who plays Tianwu from Them's Fightin' Herds, the fighting game on Steam, presented to you by Main 6 and distributed by Humble Bundle. What if Tian does 7D on her wake up? You know, do 7D. Yeah, just do it.
You don't even have to jump you don't even have to air grab because you can grab the startup of it.
Yeah, but most people. But here's the thing. Here's what I would say about most people. If you know what's coming, just air grab it. That's it.
Yeah, or you can just do like jump 2C or
J2C.
5C, J2C,
Yeah,
or just JC.
but we're getting off
But
topic.
I think that takes long enough to come out that it'll catch it.
Okay, but we're getting off topic to talking about how to punish Tian, and I think a certain cow has already done that enough.
Yeah, I don't know how detailed you're getting, like if you're getting into what to look out on hard knockdowns and all that.
When it comes
Whatever
to
else I might try to do.
Okay, that's why I say, like, when it comes to Tian, it's more watch what the player does. Because Tian, in her mix-ups, some of them can mix together, but it's all a matter of how player-dependent they are. Because, say, for instance, you could go for one thing, and then this person goes for anything else. Right?
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot that Tian can do to constantly keep you in the mix. So that's why I'm just, like, giving, like, the basics right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're not gonna go through like character by character until like that comes up because he's gonna do every character. Yeah,
we're doing every character and giving a general basis of just like, how do you defend against them? How should you go about it? Like how I said for Arizona and Tian kind of mingle together where you have to keep your eyes on them and pay attention to what the player does. Because everyone will do run up 6B. Everybody will do run up 6B. But
Yeah,
but certain people, like say for instance Raver is the only person that I know of that still does like 2C headbutt B mix-ups. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Whereas everyone else is just like, I'm gonna bait you into pushing buttons and then I'm gonna do rope.
Yep.
Okay, Bycaf, are you still in here?
yeah.
Okay, where are you?
Oh, you mean in the lobby? No. I'm still in TFH, but I'm not in the lobby.
Get in the lobby.
Okay, fine. Jesus Christ.
Because you know who we're gonna be talking about next?
Who?
Paprika.
Oh, ass?
Oh boy.
Oh God, don't bring up her. Don't bring her up like that. So we've already gone through Arizona. Let's see, Arizona Velvet. We hit Oleander, yeah?
Yeah.
You did Oleander before mine.
Yeah.
And also
Yeah.
Dalone's in chat for Paprika.
Oh, Delone. Actually,
Delone, get in here.
Delone, come here. Come into the training chat in Fighting Fanatics. Do it. Please? I love you.
Scared?
Whoa.
You pussy.
Whoa. No, just don't call him a pussy. Just say, whoa. 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 Whoa.
He's here.
Oh, wait. Oh.
He's been summoned.
Oh.
Did it work? Was the summoning
Did we summon him?
We summoned?
I even says.
It says his mic's muted.
Oh.
Dalone's still in here.
Whoa.
Oh
That's the Delone call. Whoa. Okay, so Delone, you wanna help? You wanna help us with Pap?
Yeah, sure. Give me a second.
I bet.
He's actually here. Hold on a second. I wasn't prepared for this.
All right. because now we're going to be talking about defending against Paprika. And I feel like that's another character that people have trouble defending against, even myself. I mean,
Majority of the things that I've seen at Block Paprika has been just trial and error.
Let's see. I mean, even Keith says Paprika has a meaty butt.
It does.
I'm biting my hand really hard right now.
You know you want-
I
you know
mean,
you
that's.
want it.
I guess it's a meaty hand as well.
I'm
You
gonna
know
go.
you-
I'm gonna go let my thoughts.
I can't believe we bullied him off of his own training frame. Oh my god.
Well, sometimes you have to learn to defend against bad punnery also.
Yeah, of course. I'm so glad none of us did, like, you didn't do the obvious but pun, which is but, like, but, and it just say nothing else. Alright, yeah, that's what's going on. What's going on? Oh yeah, okay, that's what's going on. Alright, I might not be able to be in the rest of the stream. So, hope you guys have, that's the wrong button. Hope you guys have fun with that.
Well, rip like that.
Rip my
Bye,
computer.
bye, Kev.
Yes, I am bi, yes. No, I'm not.
Alright, we're back, boys. Delone, stop being bashful.
Also, Bycalf took off.
Okay. Alright. Okay, so, let me just pick Velvet. You just pick Pap, and we can talk about things. Okay.
Paprika shenanigans.
So, Pap. Fuck this character. Okay. So, I mentioned earlier how Pap likes to play aggressively through constantly keeping you in the mix. And sometimes defending against her requires that you just guess. Get your lips off me, you plebeian. Ugh! 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 Okay, so here's what you need to look out. Anyways, so the main things you gotta look out for is that Pat players love to go for ankles. I think they're more thigh people than they are ass people. But then again, the ass is connected to the thigh, but that's beside the point. Anyways, hey Delone, is that a gamer Delone? Is that true for Pat players like you? Don't you love biting those ankles?
I mean, when I dabble in Pap, I love going for the ankles too,
But
mainly because I feel like it's harder to link stuff from 5B than it is 2B. So
Okay, and here, but what the fuck? I don't think that Longma in the background looks finished. Also, what Delone's doing, that's terrifying. You need to, okay, I'll get to that. See, neutral jump is good.
yeah, that's either a cartwheel A or it's gonna be some sort of teleporting nonsense. Or,
Actually, Boat, you're kind of right on that. Neutral jump is good in a few Pap situations. But for the most part, I feel like Pap, you gotta just have to guess and have extensive player knowledge about. Because if it's one thing Paps like to do, because here's the thing, Pap has no lows outside of 2A.
Well, cinnamon roll and basket, if those count.
Anything, but we don't talk about the devil. That is cinnamon roll. Okay.
Wait. 2B ain't a low?
Nope. Hey, Delone. Come over here. Come over here and lick me. Yep. Nope. Not a low. Not even 2C.
Oh my goodness! I've been playing wrong. No.
Hey, Delone. What about 2C? Shouldn't 2C be a low?
No, heck no. That's like the biggest. No, that's like the biggest mid ever.
So, but little Timmy Bob has a question. Why is Pep so scary? She only has 1 low, or 2 to 3 lows if we got using resources. Do you like getting grabbed and put in okie situations? Because that's where most of Pap's just scariness comes from. Just grabbing, like just being within this range. Also, crouching. Crouching is the most terrifying it's ever been because of Pap, and I hate it. God, I just want to say fuck this character sometimes. But here's the thing. The only few overheads that Pap does have that are legitimate overheads and not jumps are actually really unsafe. That, unsafe.
Oh, she can super after it.
Yeah, but we'll get to that in a minute. So this is unsafe. What about Telly Wee? Oh, that's also unsafe. Oh, thank you.
Add t-shirt too.
Oh yeah, t-shirt is an overhead. That's right.
Yes, it is.
I forget about t-shirt.
Sometimes I get very painfully reminded sometimes.
Okay.
The t-shirt.
Here's
is
the
an
thing.
Overhead.
Actually, is it low then like high?
It's mid
Yeah, it's mid high.
Okay. So if you ever see a Pap trying to mix you up with like 2A into t-shirt, just block high and don't push any unnecessary buttons, because it's one thing Pap will do. If it's one thing Pap could do, it's turn that shit into super bait.
But what if she just does the first hit of t-shirt and then 2A?
Oh, that's an intelligent gamer move.
Yeah, that's my favorite, is like the second hit of t-shirt and command grab.
Yeah, see, I feel like in certain cases you just can't escape getting DP grab. Cause it's like, okay, DP grab is another alternative to normal grab. It's better, it's got better options out of it, and so on and so forth. But just getting grabbed by Pap in general means you're eating more damage than you would like in the first place. So how do you defend against Pap in certain situations? Okay, so let's talk about on ground. Normal Pap, it's just easy to defend against her by blocking low, and then whatever else she does, just go for high. If you see any other buttons, because you can't convert back to, like, from A's to C's back to A's. So if you see this bitch hitting you with A's, just block low, and then wait for something else, right? And then when it comes to anything else, block high.
That is invaluable. I thought this whole time the 2B was a low. I can't believe.
Nope. But wait, gamer. What if she wants to grab me? Okay, that's when it becomes a little player dependent, because Pap, her grab options are good, but fuck. So that's when I would say learn when you can jump and pay attention if they're catching on. Because that's when I say it becomes player dependent, because once you start jumping and they start catching wind about it, they're gonna punish it. What the fuck? Stop that! Okay. But wait, little Timmy Bob says, can't Pap bait like Arizona can? Yeah. Hey, Delone. Gamer Delone. hit me with bouquet. Do it, and I'm gonna try and punish. All right. That's not bouquet. That's still unfinished. Bouquet. That's charged, like, that's cartwheel B. That's what I call cartwheel B. All right. look, it's punishable normally, all right? But say if I wanted to punish it after... Okay, so Delone, what I want you to do is after I try to punish, super, all right? Ready? Go. I meant bouquet. Punishing bouquet.
B cart.
Yep.
Yep, there it is. Dead.
This is what Paps love to do. Get away from me. I don't like your kind. Go away. Fuck! Oh, wait, but the basket did hit you. Why is that? Basket's a low. We said that earlier. Oh no. Oh, I'm already getting PTSD from looking at this fruit. I am filled with immediate dread. And you want to know why? For some who don't know or don't fight Pap enough, because apparently Pap is a rare-ass species. Hey, Delone, throw out something edible. Gee, I wonder why this A button is here. Hey, Gamer Paprika, what happens if you're in front of me and I decide to push an A button? Oh boy, she's approaching me. I better push 2A. What the fuck? Where'd my 2A go? Why couldn't I punish her? Game bad. Game sucks. Well, little Timmy, angry little Timmy Bob, boy Bob. You just got jamated because what Paprika does with gifts, it's a soft button lock. Only your A button. And for some characters, that button is invaluable. Because for shit like this, like if say if Pap's in my face and I wanna escape, the only button most people would think is, oh, if you push A, then you can get out a lot easier, right? Yeah, that's true. Say if she's not trying to bait you with super. So normal situations that, say if he wants to do like bouquet. Do bouquet again? Actually, hang on. Yeah, let me move a little closer. Okay. Yep, like right here. Ready? Okay. He doesn't push me back on the mountain. I wanted to punish it there. Nope, he didn't need super. He didn't need to do super to bait it. He just made it safe by having good placement. Now, oh. Okay, boat clip. Okay, what the fuck? What's this clip? Every time you eat fruit. I could probably put this on stream. Let's see here. Okay. What is this clip? Whoa! 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 No, fuck off. Okay, so let's see here if I can. Okay, I'm gonna turn out the lights for a second. Actually, hold up. Window capture.
I can see OBS. Lol.
Yeah, you can see OBS. Lol. All right. So what the fuck? Okay. So Jesus, what the fuck? What the fuck? Okay, this is what the window capture. Why, gamer? Why are you like this? Anyways, so everyone can see this.
No.
No.
Yeah, it's only like the very top portion of the window.
I don't know why. What the fuck? Is okay? Do I have to put it like right here?
Check your scene.
Okay. Okay. I don't know what's going on. This is... What is this? What is going on? Why, Twitch, are you like this? Why are you like this, OBS? Okay. Since it's being a little bitchy right now, and for the sake of time, so what the clip Boat just posted, if anyone wants to watch it, it's, he was put in a situation where he was in a really bad situation at kill range, and, there was some fruit there. He wanted to push to A. He ate it, and then he died. Because A is the most common button you will press. And I mean that wholeheartedly. Because if it's a button that you want to get certain characters off of you with, especially characters like me, Velvet, the Zoner, I want to push A. I want to get this character off me. I want you to get the fuck off and tell you to piss off. Go back home, Paprika. Go home. Okay. But, let's bring up the fact that, what if, say if Pap hits you with super, alright? So, Delone, hit me with super. Do it, big boy. Oh, baby! You gotta see it with a kiss, don't ya? Anyways, so... here's what makes Pap terrifying, especially with this. This basket forces you to block low, because if you get hit by it, Delone, provide the example. For one thing, it chunks you. Another thing, you're getting hit with a low, like her third low in the entire game. And then you're gonna get your life taken out because Pap hurts. Now, defending against Pap means learning her Oki's, like her Oki. Because that's what Pap loves. She loves to just do Oki. Even after something like, okay, yep, number one.
Here comes the dirty JC.
Yeah, no, okay. There are many, okay, here's the thing. There are many options for when you get hit with Wake Up. Pap could do JC, JB. She could just like do a short hop and you're thinking, oh, she's gonna jump right over you. No, she could just jump over you and hit JA or something or the other. Actually, Delone, you know what?
My favorite one's empty jump grab.
Yeah, actually, you know what, Delone? Here's what I want you to do. I want you to do a random option that Pap can do off super, and I'm gonna try and block against it, okay? All right, there's that. I guessed right. Now, do it again. What the fuck? That's not an option, is it? Please tell me it's not an option. It is! It is!
That's,
oh my god!
That's amazing. That's amazingly terrifying. Oh no.
Now you can see why I shat my pants, because if it's one thing that there is an option against, Pap, you can jump out of Pap's stuff. But then there's shit like that that's like, give me a hug! Give it to me! Give me huggy snuggies! I'm gonna go let my dogs in right quick. I'll be right back. Hey gamers, do Pap players go ooh woo? Don't answer that.
Oh well.
Fuck! Okay, but my main thing about talking about Pap and her aggression is just learn the character and the player. Because you could expect one player to do one thing off of one situation, and then next thing you know it, wait, why the fuck does this player do that on this situation? What the fuck? Pap is a confusing and terrifying mess, and I hate her. I only know about fighting her is because I went to Pap hell multiple times. So, please, when fighting Pap, stay calm. Just stay calm, pay attention, take down some notes. Because that is the one thing I will heavily advise against fighting Pap. She might not be the best character in the game, but what she does she does her job terrifyingly well. Get the fuck. Because for the most part, like I said, you kind of just have to guess. You have to learn her options, But then there's some options that you're just gonna have to guess on. You know? Walk away from me. Get away. Go away. Away! Ah! That is what you feel every time you fight a Pap. Get away. Just leave me alone. Piss off. Go back home. Full screen with you. Oh no. Oh no. He guessed right. He guessed. I'm about to have a fucking seizure. And anyways, I think I got most of the points about talking a Pap down for the most part. Is there anything I missed, Alone?
Yeah.
What I missed?
Whenever you're expecting a Tele-Wii, what do you do?
When you expect Tele-Wii? Okay.
Yes.
So Tele-Wii is a overhead, as we've shown. Hey, you can't hit me when I'm over here. You can't hit me from all the way over here with an overhead. What the fuck? Anyways, so Tele-Wii is something terrifying. It's unsafe as shit, but you have to anticipate it. So say if Alone starts hitting me with like his teleport shenanigans again. No, not Tele-Wii immediately. Yeah, just like, you kind of have to always just keep walking in that direction, walking away in the direction that Paprika is coming from. Or, if for certain cases, if you know when it's coming, you can hit whatever is your anti-air button. It just requires some timing, and you need to get used to it.
I actually was gonna say that. Can you kind of get an option select on Tele-B and Tele-C by going for 6A and then because they come behind you,
it autocorrects?
Yeah.
Okay. See, there is a little bit of options to like against fighting Pap. Now for the Velvet for the Velvet option, I've done this to many Paprikas. So, like, say for instance, Pap wants to come from behind me, right? And then I start setting up, all right? So, Delone, I'm gonna start setting up, and I want you to walk towards me, all right? On my count. 3, 2, 1. Oh, wow! They're right in front of it. Isn't that neat? So for certain...
that is neat.
So for certain characters, you can definitely make Pap not want to do it and just force her to go for the other ports. Or just tell her to fuck off and say, you can't port in general. Because Paprika's...
Unless you're me, and I'll still keep doing it until it works.
You know, I feel that because I do Hellsfang in neutral. Anyways, so, like, it's all a matter of staying vigilant and paying attention. And maybe even thinking of creative ways to thwart Paprika. Because she actually wants you to lab against her and her options. Because you can never truly know what Pap's up to. You can, and you've survived that one experience. But there are many, many other options that Pap has at her disposal to just trounce you with. Add that to the fact that Pap is gonna say, okay, I made one mistake. Boo-hoo. I got health for it. Also, I should also bring up the fact that, Pap's super, it has a gigantic tell. Some people would say, it's look at her ass. That's when you know where to block. So, or, wherever she's looking, block in the opposite direction. Alright? So, Delone, come at me from the front, right?
Derp.
From the front, I said. Yep, like that. Now come at me from behind. Wherever she is looking, block opposite to it. That will yield better results in just keeping yourself alive. And it's completely unsafe, too. So, say if Pap wants, like I brought up the example earlier. Anyways, say I brought up the example from earlier, like bouquet into super. Say if I want to punish it, like do it right now, Delone. I said bouquet, like, yep, into soup. If you just know that Pap wants to make you press buttons and you don't press buttons, she suffers for it. Because she made the risky option. Because inherently, doing super to get yourself out of options is inherently a huge risk, especially when it's a hit super instead of something like, let's say, Beowulf's command, like super grab in Skullgirls. And there's also situations like that where it's just like, you have to block. Actually, can you do me a solid, Delone? Hit me with a pot. Okay, I'm gonna go full screen. Oh, okay. I thought that was a... Actually, no. Okay. So when it comes to blocking that, just be aware and learn it. Because Pap will try to fuck you up and say, hey, I can just sit here and throw a pot at you, and you just have to sit there and block, and I can make my super safe. Theoretically. But then... Oh, the faults of man. Oh, the faults of man!
Also, if they're making you, if they're forcing their super to be safe, by making you block it all, you are kind of starving them of resources since they have to spend 2 to get the guaranteed pot.
Oh yeah,
and meter 2.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But yeah, I'm glad that cross canter is an option because that's something that I would say I'm still firmly in the beginner camp. I do not find many situations where I'm actively thinking about cross canter.
Okay.
And where to effectively apply it.
Here's the thing. I'll get into cross canter after I get character specific, and then we go back to generalist. But I should also bring up the fact of push blocking. Push blocking Pap is a problem because you can push block her, but she has multi-hit.
Yeah, they tried to fix that.
And
but...
you could still get hit while push blocking. And you can even whiff a push block. So I'll bring that up too, and I'm sorry for bringing it up so late into the stream, but learn to late push block. Do not immediately mash push block. You don't need to anticipate push block either. Just, if it happens, if it happens, just let it happen. Go away. Also, I should have brought this, actually, okay. So, have I gone over all of that, for the most part, the generalist stuff for Pap?
Yeah, for the most part, except for whenever you're doing Telebi and you jump.
Oh yeah, jumping's a problem. Cause say for instance, if you're jumping forward, Pap's gonna teleport to where you're going to be, if I remember correctly, that being a change, instead of where you were. So, say if this situation happens where it's like that, in some cases, you need to either lab that out or think of the situation that you're in. Also, hi Archimedes. Because that's a really, really weird situation to just jump into it. Because there will be points where you'll jump into it and you'll be fine. And there will be other situations where you jump into it and then you're not fine.
Like super jumping.
Oh yeah, definitely. So it's all a matter of just labbing that situation out. You're making me anxious. I don't like that.
My favorite one was when Mr. E was trying to teach Harmless how to Pap, and she just air grabbed Telly C.
By the way, throw an icicle.
Uh-huh.
Wait, throw an icicle.
That's pretty. What?
Okay, if despite my memeing of V calling her like the Antichrist, Pap. Oh, actually, no, it's not just Pap. All characters have upper body invulnerability when it comes to doing 6As. So if Delone was to time the icicle going through him, he could theoretically just go through my icicle entirely and punish me for thinking I'm safe.
That's amazing.
It's terrifying. But Pap has to, think of all these tricks so she can get in on you and then stay in. And then it's all a game of you trying to defend yourself and get out of situations. So, okay. Let's talk about the last character now. Oh yes, I get to see Pap depressed. Yeah! Fuck you! Yeah! Okay. I should stop at the meme. Anyways. So, Palm. Actually, you know what? I'll still use you for a second, Delone. Come here. I will use you for.
Funny because I'm fighting Coco T right now.
And Coco T is a Palm player, yeah?
I forget.
So, defending against Palm usually entails one of two things. Either you're blocking high or you're blocking low. There is no in between. Up until you get hit with an unblockable. Then the problems start sinking in. Now, actually, let's go over the dogs sequentially, because that would help in talking about the aggression, or, well, more defending. Both diggers will go, actually, they're mids, right? Delone? Walk back.
One of them should be a low. One
Nope.
of the dog.
Nope,
They're low.
they're both mid. So, it's Bitey who's low. Actually, no. This one is an overhead. So, Copper, or Tails Dog, as I call him, he is an overhead. He will hover around you. Not me, you. So, Delone, move a bit. Yeah? See how he's tracking? Oh. I could also do this. Yeet! Okay. So, when it comes to Chopper Dog, overhead. Just block high. That is all you need to do. Now,
But Mr. Blazy Blue, what happens if they hit me with a low and then I get hit with the overhead?
then you're put in a situation where you kind of just have to either deal with it and take the hit, in which case Palm doesn't hit all that hard because she needs to work for it. Actually, yeah. Because the thing is, it's not an unblockable for Bitey because he lunges back and then bites you. If you notice, he kind of ducks back before he goes in for the bite. Okay. Now, let's talk about Bitey. I don't like this. Okay, so Bitey. Bitey is usually a mid, up until he's a low. So hey, Delone. Gamer Delone, get over
See.
there. Get over there,
Okay.
in the corner. See how that's a mid? That's a mid? Now hey, walk back again, Delone. What? Palm has another low? Okay, if I'm gonna be honest, Palm has a few lows. She has 5A, which if you're pressing her A's, they're pathetically short range and they're really bad. But if you're using this to aggress, I guess. But if you're blocking this, block low. And then she also has 2C, which she uses for literally fucking everything. I'm not joking, if you see a Palm player, you're going to see 2C somewhere.
But what about everything else?
She has no overheads outside of Bitey. And not Bitey, Copper. And her other low is locked behind Bitey. That is it.
But what about Mama Dog?
See, the thing is about Mama, she doesn't have any lows. What the okay. She just has this bite. Okay. And she has a counter. Along with, hang on, I think it's, nope. Yeah, she has a counter. And if I remember the move correctly, nope.
Hi, Suna.
Okay. Heck. Okay, there it is. There it is. She also has a grab. So, if I get the move correctly. Okay. Shit. Okay. So Big Mama, dog attack 3. Okay. There it is. It's up forward. Okay. So, as I call this, Dogzuna drop. So, stay there for a second. Oh shit. Ah! See, how do you defend against a character that has like numbers and then you're just yourself? Well, for one thing, Dogzuna drop, it has the immediate tell of her staying forward and lunging and looking down at you. Because every other move, yes, it looks like that a bit, but hey, Delone, do the other moves. What does counter look like? Yeah. And then the attack, the lunges? The 3 lunge? Shit. Okay. Do the lunge. Do it. Okay. Yeah. She grits her teeth. So those are your immediate tells that she's doing something. It's all a matter on learning what that something is. I don't like this. Go away. Okay. So, low-level Poms, they will just push, I would imagine they would push buttons, and then summon some random dog and not know what it does. Whereas Pom, it's like, you have to kind of look at the situations and then think about them. Because there's a lot of situations that involve just straight up making unblockables, or limiting your amount of escapes. And that's all a matter if Pom can get the setup in the first place. Because Pom lives and dies by setup. But generally, what Pom wants to do is constantly keep you in her mix. Because once she has momentum, she needs to keep it going. What the f-
House of Cards.
Okay. And let's see here. Some Poms will even do air dash stuff, which means, oh hey look, I'm gonna jump in front of you, and then I'm gonna air dash to hit JB or JC, which is a good option, but it's easily punishable by the fact that you can just block high. And you have to learn, but then that requires you learning where they're going. So, I would say it's all a matter on how experienced the Pom is. But since Poms are incredibly rare, and the ones that you do find actually know a thing or two, you're gonna have a rough time because you need to polish yourself up on a matchup you don't even fight in the first place. So stuff like that, it's all a matter on just knowing where to block and how to block. And in some cases, push blocking. But that's something you kind of don't want to do against Pom, because if you give her the necessary space, she's going to take it and run. Like, hey, okay, Delone, I want you to get in the corner for a second. I'm going to JC, and I want you to push block. Ready?
Okay.
Look how much space I have now. Because of the fact that I hit him with a move, and I knew he was going to push block me, I have enough space to what? Anyways, I have enough space to properly say, hey, I can get a dog. I can get another dog. Or just one dog. I wonder if I 2B them. Oh! Oh god, it's loud. It's loud in my ear. Okay, do it again. They all become one. But
Dog is legion.
Okay, but the Pom mix-ups usually rely on you getting hit in the first place. Because that's what Pom wants. She wants the mix-up to say, hey, I can do things now. I can actually fight back. I can clap your cheeks. But if you know what she's up to, and another thing, if you're essentially put in the quarter by Pom, you're dead anyways. Because that just allows her to do all the weird shit. Also, this reminded me I'm reminded of one thing. Dash, command dash. Poms might try to actually hit you up with command dash mix-ups, especially when it comes to dogs. That's stretch. Especially when it comes to dogs. Everything about Palm centers around dogs. Her dogs are everything to her. And that means you need to learn how these dogs function, what they do, and how people can use them in order to ensure that you don't get hit. Because Palm, if she can't get a hit in or a grab in, she's mostly harmless. Haha!
Wow.
Ooh.
But when Palm wants to clap back, she needs to think. She needs to think of ways to get you in her mix-up and thus allow her to get her chance to fight back. Because she honestly believes that strength is in numbers. And that can be true for some characters. That's not true for some characters. For Palm, it is everything to her. It is her lifeblood, her true existence. Mostly. Yeah, Boat says put the quote in mostly. So Palm is definitely a character that, like, you're gonna have to lab against. You're gonna have to sit down in the lab. Also, why is Biggie Small so smooth? Look at how smooth this man is. Look at Biggie. Look at him. Look at him move.
I imagine it's because maybe the animation was made with him taking slower steps initially, but then they're like, yeah, then maybe that doesn't look good, so they sped it up, and now he
moves
he's
very
mega
smooth. But
looks like he's rotoscoped.
that's all I have to really tell about Palm.
Camouflage.
So, like I said, Palm is mostly about just keeping your eyes out and learning how this character functions. You need to learn how to fight this character just as much as they have to learn how to play the character.
That's the true combo.
It's a double... Okay. He's block time. Yeah, with Palm, once she gets her shit going, it really is block time. You ever wanted to hear Peter Parker say it's block time? You know, he never said it's pizza time. It's block time. And that's what you need to, and I should probably drive this home a lot more. Patience will be key in certain matchups. You need to learn what makes them tick, learn how to punish them, and then they'll be dead before you know it. In most cases, you need to learn how to just evade and then punish, rather than just straight punish. Because certain characters have tricks up their sleeves that say, you're blocked, either you hit this button, I know you're pushing it, you're gonna push it, and then you're gonna get smacked. So learn how to just evade and also keep your eyes and ears out for things. Alright? So, I think I've gone over every character. And
Yes,
what they can
you
do.
have. Yep.
So, okay. I should bring this point up that, let's see, let's bring up push block for the sake of conversation. And I will just sit here in the character select.
Take your pick.
Who should you push block the most? Arizona, you should only push block her. Actually, you really shouldn't push block her to begin with, because a lot of her stuff will lead into her being unsafe. Just play patiently, and you'll be fine. Do not make any unnecessary movements, because Arizona is just going to say, hey, I see that button. I see you're push blocking. You might push me away, but I can still hit you with a button. You know this, right?
Time to rope you.
Oh, baby, it's time to get roped. Yeah, boy. Give your meat a good old. Now, Oleander, don't push block her, because you're giving her the necessary space she needs in order to, get magic. All right? Only push block in situations where it calls for it, or, they're being uber aggressive, not caring about their magic, then you kind of have your right to push block. But for the most part, stay patient, be calm, and don't make any unnecessary movements. Tianhuo, push block her, please. But late push block. Because if it's one thing that invalidates Tian's existence, it's push block. And depending on the strength, it'll force Tian to make her advance in more rough and heinous ways, like doing Firecracker. or just straight up trying to fly over to you or just dash entirely. Velvet, don't push block. Please don't. Just don't.
Push block it.
Don't push block her. If you
If
do,
you're Paprika, push block her.
oh, definitely push block Paprika. Because if it's one thing that Pat wants, she wants to be on you the entire time. She wants to look at you and also look at Elmer's glue at the same time. So if she gets glued to you, just tell her no. Just push block her and say maybe another time or maybe never. I'm not calling you again. I'm not hitting you up. You're off. You're deleted off my contacts. Palm, don't push block her. You're giving her necessary space to get what she wants. If she wants to push buttons on you, then let her just push buttons, and if she air dashes back, then you could just approach her again and possibly punish her for trying to call out a dog. Okay. So after that, I think I'm all set with talking about how to defend against certain characters. Anyone else have any other questions before I close on out?
Is it God
damn it, hello. Nothing?
I brought up cross canner earlier. You said you want to.
Oh yeah, cross canner. Before I finish up, cross canner. Okay. How do you make this up? Shut up. Okay, so cross canner is a very mechanic that I would say is it's a universal mechanic, but its uses can be very finicky depending on the character you're fighting against. So I would only say if you're gonna cross canner, do it against characters that pay attention for certain characters, like let's say Oleander and Pap. Maybe watch out for cross cannering because they can immediately cancel it into something that either makes them evade or, they can punish you for even trying to cross canner. Tianhuo is another character to be careful about because if she pushes a certain button, she can literally just say, hey, lol X7D, or just any other evasive move to get you off of her. That you try to get her off of you, and then you take more damage because of it. Velvet, she can't do anything against push block. She literally can't, with the exception of icicles. But if you're push blocking icicles, you better only push block her when she's trying to summon again. But even then, why are you doing that? Why? Do we need to have a talk? Do I need to tell you? Do I need to be the dad here and tell you to not make icicles in front of people? We're not an ice cream factory. We're not a business. Anyways, so when it comes to push blocking Velvet, be very finicky about it because she can just. Oh, man. I need to find another human in Australia that wants to play this with me. What the fuck? Another human in Australia. Oh, poor Aussies. Okay. Fucking. Okay, yeah, projectiles. I get back to projectiles again. So, if you're trying to get her off, just counter her projectiles, don't. It's a very hefty risk. Same thing with Oleander. Even though her projectiles are far more linear and have less, variability, just don't. Only push block a character when you know they're using an unsafe button that they cannot either do much out of or are just boned upon using in the first place. So, someone at the door? Alrighty. Alright. You know what? Before I end this out, I will... If anyone wants to hang around my Twitch cord, here's a link. But for now, I think I've pretty much gone over everything related to defense as much as I can in a general sense. Maybe a little bit of specific, but I've gone over as much as I can. I will see you all in a little bit with another fighting game of sorts. Good night.